The alarm goes off before sunrise. My body moves on autopilot, eyes burning from 3 hours of sleep. The final exam sits heavy in my planner at 9 a.m. sharp. I brew coffee strong enough to sting my throat. Every minute feels like borrowed time. My promise to come at 8. I tell myself she will be early for once. At 8:45, the knock comes loud and frantic. She bursts in, hair tangled, lipstick uneven. The baby wails in her arms, a high, desperate cry. Nam clutches a toy dinosaur, one shoe missing. Traffic was insane, she says, out of breath. Her perfume mixes with baby powder and exhaustion. She drops a half-open diaper bag on my notes. Formula, in there somewhere. Oh, and Nam likes apple juice. I glance at the clock, seconds slipping away. I have my final in a few hours. I'll be back before lunch, promise, she says quickly. The promise sounds like a lie wrapped in affection. She kisses both kids, eyes darting toward her phone. Something about her feels off, like she's already somewhere else. Then she's gone, door slamming behind her. The silence after her exit feels too heavy. Nam tugs on my sleeve, his voice small. Auntie Lynn, I'm hungry. I balance the baby on my hip, searching the bag. Diapers, receipts, one half-empty bottle. No formula, no schedule, nothing prepared. I sigh and pull out my phone for directions. The professor's message pops up, last review session starting. My stomach twists. I silence it and head for the kitchen. Nam climbs onto a chair, asking endless questions. What's this? Why is the baby crying? Because she's tired, I mumble, mixing oatmeal. The baby's cries grow sharper, cutting through my nerves. I hum softly, bouncing her while stirring the pot. The phone buzzes again, another missed message. Study group reminders, unanswered texts piling up. The smell of burnt oatmeal fills the air. Nam frowns at his bowl but eats quietly. For a moment, I imagine the exam slipping away from me. All those nights of studying fatting into nothing. My notes lie stained with apple juice from his careless grip. The molecular structures blur under sticky fingerprints. It's barely 10, and I already feel defeated. I text my once, then twice. No answer. I pace the room, rocking the baby as minutes crawl. She promised 3 hours. 3 hours turn into 5. The sunlight shifts across the floor, warm then dim. Nam naps on the couch, clutching his dinosaur. The baby finally sleeps against my chest, breath soft and uneven. I sink into the chair, body trembling with fatigue. My laptop screen glows with unfinished notes. Every word feels distant, unreal. The phone rings once more. I snatch it up, unknown number. Hi, this is Professor Lang. Are you joining the review? My voice catches. No, I'm sorry, something came up. He sighs, polite but disappointed. Good luck tomorrow, Lynn. The line clicks dead. I stare at the sleeping children and whisper to no one. Tomorrow feels very far away. The afternoon light fades into dull gray. Nam wakes up rubbing his eyes, asking for his mom. I force a smile, pretending everything is fine. She'll be back soon, I whisper, unsure if it's true. The baby starts crying again, sharp and urgent. I warm the last bottle, shaking it with shaking hands. My phone shows 3 missed calls from classmates. 9 unread messages. Still nothing from Mai. Each minute crawls slower than the last. By 7, the formula runs out completely. Nam's stomach growls. I give him crackers and water, guilt pressing my chest. Outside, rain begins to fall against the window. The room smells like milk and stress. I call Mai again, voice tight with fear. Straight to voicemail. Mai, please call me back, it's late. The only reply is the baby's tired whimper. 9 o'clock. My exam notes lie abandoned beside the crib. Every hour feels like another failure ticking louder. Nam curls up under my blanket, whispering. Did Mommy forget? My throat burns. No, honey, she just got busy. By midnight, exhaustion wins. I sit on the floor with the baby asleep in my lap. The phone buzzes again. Music bursts through the speaker before I even say hello. Mai's voice floats between laughter and chaos. Lynn, oh my God, it's crazy here. I freeze. Where are you? Vegas, she shouts over the sound of slot machines. You won't believe it. Some guy had tickets. The laughter cuts deeper than any insult. Mai, your kids are here. I have an exam in the morning. She giggles, words slurred. Relax, you're so serious. I'll come back soon. The call ends with another burst of laughter. My hands shake. For a moment, I can't breathe. The apartment feels too small, the air too heavy. I stare at the sleeping children, heart pounding. Anger floods every corner of my chest. How could she? I check the clock, 12:47 a.m. 4 hours until sunrise. I try to study again, but the words blur together. Each diagram looks like static. I whisper the formulas out loud, forcing focus. But the baby wakes and starts screaming. Nam stirs, crying softly for his mother. My tears mix with theirs, silent and hot. I pace the room, whispering lullabies that sound like apologies. Outside, thunder cracks the night open. I hold the baby tighter, whispering promises I can't keep. At 3 a.m., I text Mai one last time. Please, just tell me you're okay. No reply. By dawn, my eyes are swollen, my head pounding. The alarm for my exam rings loud and cruel. I turn it off, staring at the ceiling. The clock reads 7:58 a.m. My body feels like stone. I realize I've missed my final. For a long time, I don't move. The phone buzzes again, a message from my professor. Automatic fail for absence. I'm sorry. The baby cries again, breaking the silence. I whisper to myself, voice hollow. She's not coming back today, is she? The morning sun cuts through the blinds, too bright to bear. Nam sits on the floor building towers from empty formula cans. The baby cries in rhythm, exhausted and hungry. My phone shows 20 unanswered texts to Mai. Her silence feels heavier than any word she could say. I stand barefoot on the cold tile, shaking. I can't keep waiting. I dial the police, voice trembling. Hello, my sister left her children with me yesterday. She hasn't come back. The operator asks for details, calm and distant. How long has she been gone? 26 hours. The number sounds unreal, even to me. An officer arrives, young, polite, detached. He takes notes, eyes scanning my cluttered dorm room. She probably just needed a break, he says lightly. The words hit like a slap. A break doesn't last 26 hours. He calls the hospital to check her story. No record of any appointment. My stomach turns. This wasn't a mistake. She lied, left, disappeared by choice. The officer nods, promises a welfare report. Then he leaves me with silence and responsibility. I sit at my desk, opening her blocked profile online. Every account, gone, deleted, or locked. My pulse pounds in my ears. She cut me off completely. I start writing everything down. The hours, the calls, the bottles emptied. I photograph the mess, the crying faces, the sleepless nights. Evidence for no one but myself. Proof that I didn't imagine this. By afternoon, I send an email to my professor. Family emergency. Police involved. Please reconsider my absence. His reply arrives minutes later. Personal matters are not excused without prior notice. The words blur before my eyes. Failure confirmed in 12 plain letters. Nam tugs my sleeve. Can we go outside? I shake my head, tears spilling silently. He doesn't understand why I can't stop crying. The baby's rash spreads from her neck to her cheeks. I try to clean her gently, whispering, I'm sorry. My voice cracks under the weight of it all. Neighbors bang on the wall, shouting to keep the noise down. Shame crawls up my throat. I mix the last spoon of formula, spilling half on the counter. My hands don't stop trembling. I text Mai again, even though I know she won't read it. Your kids are safe. I can't do this much longer. The message stays delivered but unread. I rock the baby until her cries fade into hiccups. Nam curls beside me, clutching my arm. I whisper stories I barely remember. He falls asleep halfway through. I stare at the clock, 11:53 p.m. 36 hours since she left. I should feel anger, but only emptiness remains. The quiet hum of the refrigerator fills the room. I press my palm to my chest, feeling the hollow there. Tomorrow, I'll figure out what to do next. But tonight, all I can do is keep them breathing. The fourth day begins in silence. Nam colors on the floor, his small voice humming a tune. The baby sleeps fitfully in her blanket nest. I scroll through my notes, eyes gritty from no rest. 4 days of feedings, crying and unanswered calls. 4 days of being the adult when I never asked to be. The knock at the door makes my heart jump. Mai stands there, tan skin glowing, sunglasses on her head. Her smile is wide, careless, rehearsed. Wow, you survived. I knew you could handle it. I stare at her, words frozen somewhere behind my teeth. You said 3 hours, I whisper. She waves a manicured hand, brushing off the truth. Relax, I needed a break. Vegas was insane. The laughter in her voice slices through me. I think of every hour I held her crying baby. Every minute I missed from my exam. Every heartbeat spent trying not to fall apart. I pick up the police report from the counter. Her eyes flick toward it, confusion flashing for a second. What's that supposed to mean? She asks sharply. I called them, I say. She laughs again, too loud, too forced. You're so dramatic. You can't call the cops on family. My hands shake, but my voice stays even. I had no choice. She sighs, rolling her eyes, pulling out her phone. God, Lynn, you make everything so serious. The baby stirs in her arms, whimpering softly. Mai glances down, annoyed. She's fine. You always worry too much. The words taste like poison in my mouth. Nam hides behind me, clutching my shirt. He doesn't run to her. She doesn't notice. I start gathering my things, notebook, charger, wallet. My watch is puzzled. Where are you going? Out, I answer simply. Her tone sharpens. You can't just leave. I meet her eyes for the first time in days. I already did. The air between us freezes. She says my name, softer this time. Come on, don't be like this. But I'm already walking toward the door. The apartment smells of sour milk and broken promises. I leave the care schedule on the table, bottles, naps, times. I leave the photos, the messages, the proof. The door clicks shut behind me. The hallway feels colder than I expect. My hands tremble, not from fear but release. Outside, the sky is turning pale with dawn. For the first time in years, I breathe without guilt. My phone vibrates with her name again. I don't answer. Each step down the stairs feels like shedding a weight. At the corner, I look back once. No one follows. No crying, no excuses, no demands. Just quiet. I whisper to myself, barely audible. This is the last time. The wind carries it away like a promise kept. The train hums beneath my feet as the city fades behind me. My reflection in the window looks older than it should. Dark circles shadow my eyes like bruises that won't fade. I clutch the small bag, holding everything I own now. A laptop, one notebook, a photo of the kids. The rest I left behind with her. I arrive in Dalat as dawn breaks over the hills. Cool air bites at my skin, sharp and clean. For the first time in days, no one is crying. I find a small room near the research lab. The silence feels strange, almost too wide to fill. I sleep for 12 hours straight, dreamless and heavy. When I wake, the sun is kind again. I start my internship, my hands steady for once. The lab hums with quiet order and purpose. Here, everything follows rules that make sense. No chaos, no guilt, no begging for approval. My mentor asks if I'm all right. I smile, the kind that barely reaches my eyes. I'm getting there, I say. Days pass, each one cleaner than the last. I eat real meals, not coffee and anxiety. I walk home without checking my phone every minute. Messages still come. My mother, my sister, my aunt. Please call back. Maya's worried. She's trying to fix things. I delete them all without reading further. The peace is too fragile to risk. Then one letter arrives that I can't ignore. Child Protective Services. A formal notice about parenting classes and supervision. Her name in black ink, official and final. I stare at it for a long time, breathing shallow. It's not joy I feel, just relief. Finally, someone else sees what I saw. The world won't let her hide behind excuses anymore. That night, I stand by the window watching the fog roll in. For once, I don't feel trapped inside my own story. I pour tea instead of coffee. I open my laptop and fill out an application for a research fellowship. The words flow easily, confident and calm. Weeks later, an envelope arrives with my name printed neatly. I tear it open with shaking hands. Accepted. My chest tightens, then releases all at once. The paper trembles between my fingers. I whisper into the quiet, I made it. No one hears, but it feels real anyway. I hang the acceptance letter above my desk. Not as a trophy, but as proof. Proof that I can build something without being anyone's backup plan. At night, I still think of Nam's laughter. Of the baby's tiny fingers gripping mine. The memories ache, but no longer drown me. I tuck their photo into my drawer, wrapped in tissue paper. Some loves are too heavy to carry everywhere. Sometimes, keeping distance is the only way to keep them safe. Outside, the morning fog thins to sunlight. A new day begins, and I finally feel free enough to step into it. 2 months pass before her name lights up my phone again. I stare at the screen, thumb hovering, then answer. Silence fills the line for 3 long breaths. So you're just going to vanish, her voice cracks. I close my eyes, letting the calm steady me. I didn't disappear, I just stopped being your safety net. The quiet that follows feels heavier than shouting. She exhales, shaky and uneven. They said I could lose them, Lynn, the kids. My throat tightens, but my voice stays level. What did you think would happen when you left? A small sound escapes her, half sob, half sigh. I didn't think, I just needed out. I let the silence answer for me. Then she says something I never expected. I'm taking classes, parenting, therapy, all of it. Her voice softens into something raw, honest. The counselor said I have to face what I did. For the first time, I believe her. That's your work to do, I whisper. Not anger, just truth. When we hang up, my hands don't shake. That night, I sleep without dreams. The next morning, the world feels lighter. The lab buzzes with quiet focus. My mentor congratulates me on the fellowship. I thank her, meaning it. Still, something inside me pulls toward home. The thought lingers for days until I book a flight. The plane lands under a sky, the color of memory. The streets look smaller than I remember. At the door, I hesitate, breath catching. Mom opens it, eyes shining with surprise. Lynn, she whispers, voice breaking. Her hug is cautious, like holding glass. The house smells of cinnamon and thyme. Family photos line the wall, and mine among them. My research certificate hangs beside the kids' drawings. Something inside me loosens. Mai's voice floats from the kitchen. When she steps into view, I barely recognize her. No makeup, no glitter, just tired eyes and steady hands. She wipes them on her jeans before speaking. Can we talk? We stand across the counter, the air thick with history. She hands me a folded paper, A certificate. I finished the course, she says quietly. Then a notebook, pages filled with messy handwriting. My therapist said I should share this. I don't reach for it yet. I hurt you, she says, eyes wet. I didn't understand how much you carried. My instinct is to comfort, but I stay still. I love your kids, I say softly. I know, but they're my responsibility now. For once, she doesn't argue. We both breathe, long and slow. From the living room, Nam laughs, bright and pure. I turn toward the sound, and she doesn't stop me. The baby, no longer a baby, runs into my arms. Her hair smells like soap and sunshine. I hold her, heart full but steady. Across the room, my watches with quiet respect. The word forgiveness doesn't need to be spoken. Some things heal in silence. That night, as laughter fills the house again, I finally understand. Saying no was how I learned to stay. Dinner ends with warmth instead of tension. Everyone moves together, quiet but connected. My washes dishes without being asked. Mom hums softly, setting out tea. Nam shows me his drawing of a family. 4 figures, holding hands beneath a bright sun. The baby giggles, reaching for my hair. I laugh, surprised by how natural it feels. The air no longer carries the weight of blame. Forgiveness lingers like a scent after rain. When I step outside, the sky is clear and cold. Leaves swirl around my feet in gentle circles. Behind me, their voices fade into soft comfort. I close my eyes, breathing in the quiet night. The past still exists, but it no longer owns me. I have learned that love without boundaries destroys itself. And that distance can sometimes be the kindest gift. I walk toward the light of the street, slow and sure. Tomorrow will come, steady and mine alone. For the first time in years, I don't owe anyone my peace. I whisper into the wind, half prayer, half truth. This time I choose me.